All right, guys, good Thursday morning. Let's get airborne with our accelerated retirement and weekly debrief. Um, what a difference a day makes. I appreciate your flexibility yesterday. It's a beautiful day, man. Woke up, roof above my head, clean water, good cup of coffee, and love, man. The real quick, if you want to attend the rest of the Friendsgiving conference, it was a 4-day event. I think it ends at like 10 o'clock tonight or something like that. The link is in the chat box. Go throw a registration in there just to help the team out, because based on the amount of leads you send, they send some leads back. So even if you don't want to go throw a follow in there. A lot of great feedback so far on Bart's podcast. He's just Bart's just an incredible human being. Still going through it, man. Still going through his integration and the medicine. And, if you listen to the podcast, you heard this, but I'll just tell you, if you haven't listened yet, Bart and I were kind of reverse, right? Both times I did the medicine, I got a lot there. And Bart was the exact opposite. He's like, yeah, okay, well, that was interesting. And then boom, for like the past 11 months, he's been unloading everything. So it's really interesting to see that some people get a lot there, some people don't, and then they get it. So I love it. It's so cool to see different things, and it's really special. I'm trying, we're looking to get the ladies, maybe a mixed group down in January, to keep getting content for our documentary. But yesterday, look at that. So that's Marcus calling. Isn't that weird, guys? I was just about to tell you that the guys yesterday want to go down in February and do and do kind of a get the band back together. Isn't that the weirdest thing? I start talking and the guy calls. That's not the weirdest thing. How about that? So I'm trying to figure out, maybe January. I don't know. It would be awesome to get back together with the boys, but my kind of new mission objective, Aaron, we're all ears, man. I love suggestions. I'll listen to everything. So, but we'll see. So they want to get the band back together in February. So a lot of good stuff going on. I post. I did a little debrief at the beach yesterday. If you want to check it out, let me share this with you. So there's a quick debrief video of yesterday. So a couple things. If you don't obviously know what happened yesterday, I was leaving yoga and I got an email forwarded to me. We all did. My sisters and I got an email forwarded to me from my brother, who was from a lady who my sister had just given her seat to this woman at the fraternity party at Villanova. So, she said, 40 years later, I'm reaching out to you to let you know this. So we didn't know the tactical details of that. I talked to my brother for a while last night. He said he knew that. He knew there's some switcheroos going on, but he just didn't, think to pass it on or something like that. So it was, my little sister and I were at home, and then Monica, Marilyn, and my brother John were all up at Villanova. So we kind of had, and Monica was right in the middle, obviously. So it was kind of a fragmentation grenade that went off with my little sister and I at home, and them still away at college. So getting this email from this lady saying, "Hey, Monica gave me her seat in a different car, and she went in that car." And survivor's guilt is horrible. I know veterans. We have a lot of vets who suffer from survivor's guilt, but it turns out this lady, Monica is her, and she is Monica. She raised 5 beautiful kids. They all went to Villanova. You ready for this? She works at she literally sleeps outside with homeless folks to help them. She I wonder if that's what inspired her to do God's work. She literally sleeps outside with homeless kids around New Jersey. She runs a nonprofit, but I forget the name at the moment. I'll connect you with on LinkedIn. You know, my sister, when she was in high school, she worked with developmentally disabled adults. What type of high school kid does that, right? So it was pretty cool to see that this woman's life has just been absolutely incredible. So that was tough, right? But here's why I'm rambling about this is because if I'd gotten that email or found out this information a couple years ago, I'd still be, we wouldn't be talking today, right? I would have canceled today. I'd probably be lying on a floor somewhere. But I'm not. So that's a direct result of the medicine. That's a direct result of healing, right? Healing isn't linear from A to B, straight line. It's a journey. That's why it's called a journey, not a destination, right? So I took yesterday and, like I said, sit with it and you power through it, man, because I'm absolutely convinced, Monica's with us on this webinar. My father is. Anybody you've lost, your loved ones, anybody you care about that's no longer with us, they are with us. And that's the beauty in all of this, was that realization. So instead of old Wiz being just out of control to the downside, I'm good, man. I'm good. And I appreciate you allowing me that space to get right. So anyway, let's go ahead and get airborne. What's this have to do with trading? Everything has to do with this. Life, trading, love, shame, regret, depression. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Every day that goes by, this just gets worse and worse. People are suing Tom Brady and Larry David, and I got to be honest with you, man. If you bought this crap because Tom Brady or the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm told you to, you're an idiot. I mean, I say that with love, but you're an idiot. So all of them. Where's what's his name? Matt Damon. For what was he? Coinbase? I don't even know what he was doing. I just remember watching those Super Bowl commercials, just laughing. I'm like, this thing, man, I can be completely wrong about it, but I absolutely know I'm not. And I didn't. FTX used corporate funds to purchase employee homes. The more stuff that comes out about this, the weirder it gets. Orgies in the Bahamas, all like him, his girl, they're like poly. I'm not judging. You can do whatever you want behind closed doors. You want to be polyamorous? I don't care. God bless you. But when you do it with other people's money, I got problems with it. So there's just some crazy shit going on. And the fact that this man hasn't been arrested yet tells you everything you need to know. I was taught as a child, if you went into the bank and you stole a penny, it's a crime, right? It doesn't matter the dollar amount. You can't steal. So what's the difference between this dude? I was going to say in a suit. I think the only time he wore a suit was to go to Congress with his weird hair and his booger eating ways. He stole billions. He makes Bernie Madoff look like a Boy Scout. I do not understand. No, of course I understand. The second largest Democratic contributor behind George Soros, ladies and gentlemen. The only difference between him and Ken Griffin and Stevie Cohen, well, Stevie Cohen got in trouble a little bit Stevie Cohen's captains all went to jail, his lieutenants, but the skipper wrote the biggest check known to man to stay out of jail. Hence the TV series Billions. Bernie Madoff died in prison, right? What a horrible thing to happen to his sons. The one son killed himself. I think the other son, it's a horror. Old me, I would have put a bullet in his head. New me has compassion for everybody. But guess what? God's got more compassion than I do. On earth, you got to pay for your sins. Why is this man not in jail? Why is his creepy girlfriend not in jail? What is going on? Maxine Waters was asked yesterday, she's the head of the whatever, all the Democrats are going to give back their campaign contributions. Her answer was no, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, by the way, some Republicans got money too. Great. They should return the money too. Nice whataboutism. The second largest Democrat donor is him behind George Soros. And she doesn't want to answer it. Make that Republican. Make him a Republican. He donated all this money to Republicans. What would be happening today? The January 6th commission, they delete that headline and put up the FTX Republican Commission. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. Justice. Justice is supposed to be blind. She ain't. Justice is a Democrat. And it's awful. All right, let's get, I had, friends, I was invited to, I'm like, did you see the video of people trying to leave Trump's speech the other night? They wouldn't let people leave. I turned it off. It was one of the most boring Trump speeches. It was, to use Trump energy, it was low energy Trump. It was awful. Google the video and watch that they were stopping people at the door. They're like, nope, you can't. Sorry, folks, you can't leave. And people are looking at each other you can see the one guy go, they're not letting people leave. He's making a cutting. You can see his mouth. He's like, they're not letting people leave. And people, it's packed at the doorway, kind of all looking at the president as it emptied out. The dude is awful and he needs to go. We're done. We're done. I don't care. I'm done. I'm over it. Even my buddies that were there, the friends that were there, they're like, dude, yeah. So turn the page, move on. So in 48 hours, 72 hours, we went from nuclear World War III to, so I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but I had a great sniper shot the other day, right? I could scroll up and show you the sniper shot in the Hunters and the Max Afterburner, but I'm not going to waste your time. You can believe me. Because what did I do? As soon as the market imploded, and, for about 10, 15 minutes, my phone started lighting up. Got some intel. Nah, dude, wasn't a Russian missile. So let's use our thinking brains. So out of the blue, Vladimir Putin decides to send a couple missiles to around the Polish border. That's how he'd do it. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I didn't need this intel to tell me it was either not Russians, it was Russian debris that was knocked down by Ukrainian missiles, or it was Ukrainian missiles. And then phone lights up. As I'm sitting here watching the market, I'm like, nah, dude, wasn't a Russian missile. Bull put spread, enter. Got filled, market turned around, boom. I doubled up, I think, in Susie's account too. I did 30 kind. We made $4,500. Awesome, Frank. So Zelensky, for the past 48 hours, has done what? I am 100% convinced. Soon as this happened, folks, what did I say in the Max Afterburner and the Hunters? I said, how come when we got a dude on video committing a crime, everybody in the liberal media does what? The alleged attacker. The fuck are you talking about? That's him on video shooting people. He's the alleged attacker. What? Missile strike the other day? Russian missiles hit Poland. I'm like, whoa, whoa. Where's the word alleged? Russian missiles. Convene NATO. Article 5. Are you fucking kidding me? In deadly serious, this is deadly serious, folks. Those missiles killed people. Nuclear weapons kill people. People are dying right now in combat in Ukraine. Fucking liberals in the media, World War III, NATO, we must act. Ooh, you think my 2 kids are going to die in fucking Poland? You can kiss my ass. Associated Press. Oh, well, you harumph. Ladies and gentlemen, headlines, these type of things can be deadly. We need to throttle the fuck back. So I'm talking to folks and in my little network, and so he's starting to soften his stance a little bit. Yesterday, he was like, I am demanding access to the blast site. It absolutely was Russian. And what happened yesterday? Or was it Tuesday? I forget. $37 billion. The White House, another $37 billion. I got to donate. I asked you to donate to Heroic Path to Light so we can keep dudes from shooting themselves. $37 billion to Ukraine. More. I've lost count. So he's kind of softening his stance, and it's maybe even the Polish dude. They both said they were Ukrainian missiles. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a missile attack on a NATO member that killed people. We need to go to war. Oh, Ukraine did it. Oh. Well, then it was a mistake. Oh, okay. You think Russia was going to do that? Folks, Putin might be evil. He might be Satan incarnate on earth. He's not an idiot. I'm just going to lob a couple missiles into Poland. You know what I immediately thought when I saw the story break? I'm like, Ukraine did it. I ended up being right, but for the wrong reason. I'm like, Zelensky did it. Where is the critical thinking in our press? Where are the media that are supposed to ask questions, not take the narrative and shake their head and feed it down your throat and you go, wait, hold on, I have questions. You have questions? You're a terrorist. You're anti-American. Okay. So, folks, here's the conclusion of my Ukrainian part of the brief. Say it with me. It's going to get worse. It almost got worse. The freaking Russians were like, whoa, that ain't us, man. And a couple weeks ago when he was talking to our Secretary of Defense, what did they say? They're like, hey, man, if some nuke goes off like out of the blue, we didn't do it. They're trying to do it. And our defense people are like, ha ha, you saying reverse flag. And the Russians are like, we're pretty damn sure if we're going to light and fire some nukes, you're going to fucking know it's about to happen. But if one just randomly happens, it's Ukraine. And of course, we're not believing them. I believe that narrative. There are people running around in Ukraine right now, might not be Zelensky or government supported, who would love nothing more than that. So, folks, this is deadly serious and it's getting worse. Did you see what happened to General Milley the other day? I can't stand General Milley. I think he should be court-martialed. I already tweet, not that they look at my tweets, but I sent Leader McCarthy, I sent the GOP, I sent him a bunch of tweets that said, when and what time are the Afghan surrender hearings and war crime trial? 7 children were killed by the United States. They were looking for fucking water. General Milley called it a righteous strike. We wasted months and tens of millions of dollars on a January 6th hearing, where the only person murdered was a lady from an African American. A female veteran was shot by a black cop. Reverse the colors and the genders. When is the Afghanistan hearings? So there's my Milley rant. But anyway, Milley said what? You need to start thinking about peace here. You ain't going to win on the battlefield. You can get them to a draw, but you're not going to win. Milley got destroyed. When the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff says, and yesterday he said this again. He said, hey, when you're in a position of strength and your enemy is weakened, that's when you go, all right, now we can talk. But if you're trying to pound that enemy into the dirt and that enemy has shit that could vaporize everybody, now is the time to maybe talk. How dare you, Milley, you anti-American whatever? Okay. That's great. This is the moment that peace talks could be seized. He's like, the winter's coming. You got him on the ropes. Talk now. Oh, man, that blew up in his face. So anyway, guys, let's move on. This shit. Oops, this was supposed to be over here with my FTX stuff. This was a really good article in the Journal. FTX collapse leaves employees sick with anger. Fucking boo-hoo. There is almost no way that at a firms like this, FTX and Alameda, these people reading this article, they sound like the Germans who lived around all the concentration camps. Everybody watched Band of Brothers, right? Or hopefully you read the book. I read the book years before the series came out. All the Germans around the concentration camps. Oh my God, we didn't know about that. Get in there and you clean this shit up. You bury the people that you murdered. These people, there is no way on God's green earth they did not know what was going on. Low-level employees, got it. Anybody with a brain knew this. Leaves them sick with anger? What about the people's money you blew through? I've told you guys this story repeatedly. The dude I walked out of the firm after he'd lost $4 million in the blink of an eye. Ain't my money, whiz. Started down the street somewhere else. Don't give me your I'm sick with anger. It wasn't your money. Oh, you lost your job? Well, guess what? Learn the code. The president says the jobs market is really strong. Go get a job. Venti upside down caramel macchiato. But one FTX executive vomited when he heard that the crypto exchange was missing billions of dollars of customer money. A company lawyer quit via a harsh text message to the CEO. What started as a dream job. Are you people fucking kidding me? I've told this story before, but anytime somebody would kick my door open in Chicago, whiz, before they even said anything after the word whiz, I'm like, is anybody dead? No. Why? Then calm down. Whatever you're going to say after the word no is okay. Because where it came from, when somebody would kick open the door and yell whiz, sometimes it was somebody's dead. This is like on the back of my book, or in my book, From Sea Level to Sea Level, about Lloyd Blankfein with his lieutenants in the limo getting out to the New York Fed at the height of the financial crisis. When one of the lieutenants was clutching his or her pearls, Lloyd Blankfein looked at him like, dude, you're getting out of a limo to go into the New York Fed. You're not getting out of a Higgins boat on Omaha Beach. Exactly. Anyway, I missed that. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's a good one. That's a cup of coffee read where there are so many people that should be in jail right now. It's disgusting. Some poor guy or gal goes and steals a loaf of bread today to feed their family. You're going to fucking jail. You steal billions of dollars from investors. Oh, I'm sorry. And, I was over leveraged and shitty accounting. There was a great article on the Drudge Report about some guy who talked to him last night. He's like, I can't believe this guy was Skyping with me for an hour. And I confirmed with him today, like, this was you, right? It's not a hack. And he's like, yeah, I confirmed. And however he confirmed it with him. But he's like, yeah, you got to read that article. Let me find that real quick. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Old me likes spiking the football. New me, a fool and their money are soon parted, man. I told you the other day that is this it? It was in Vox. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. They got all the screenshots of the conversation. Bitcoin will survive. Ethereum or whatever it's called, Ether. That's what it should be called, right? Ether. It's air. Read this one. This is his most recent comments. This was posted yesterday afternoon. All right, let's go. Enough of that crap. Let's go right to the market and look. Oh my God, it's like you've never heard this before. Nothing lives in between the trenches. This is trench warfare right now. Right in the middle here, what did I tell you was going to happen? We're either going to rip higher to the 200 or slam back down to the 100. Listen to me. If you ever throw the Top Gun options patch on your shoulder and go out to the fleet solo, learn this. Look it back here. This one is perfect. No, let's go. Let's find some air support. All right, we're good. Rip. All right, let's hang out for a little bit. Let's just rip. No, we're not. No, we're not up here. Back down. This I need to take a screenshot of and put it in a new workbook, man. That life, I am going to take that screenshot right now before I forget. Nothing lives between the moving averages. And when you get a tick or a sense of, oh, that's where it's going to break that way, pound it. Absolutely pound it. That's why we did, the Amazon, we did bear call spreads and all sorts of stuff. Save as SPX moving averages. You're going to keep that one. So, this is easy right now that we're at the moving average, but now obviously we got to make some decisions here. So the other day, Walmart blowout. Everything's great. Merry Christmas. Yay. Then what happened? Target came out, boo. It's awful. Christmas is going to suck. What? Target? Walmart. Now, I don't want to belittle anybody who shops at Walmart, but I am going to say Walmart, these folks, and Target, these folks. Okay? I'll leave it at that. But Target saying, hey, man, this ain't looking good. They cut their fourth quarter outlook. Sales are slowing in October. The big box retailers saw declines as families contend with higher prices, making trade-offs between what they need and what they want. Sounds like the medicine. You're going to get what you need, not what you want. It plans to cut up to I can't believe I'm reading the words cost cutting in Target. They're going to cut $3 billion in costs over the next 3 years. Holy crap. Reminder of what happened a week ago. A weekish ago. The CFO of FedEx, we're parking airplanes, man. What? Maersk, we're canceling sales. Huh. Consumers tapped out. The credit card debt is through the effing roof, folks. Household debt soars at fastest pace in 15 years as credit card use surges. Wow. Households increased debt at the fastest pace in 15 years. Credit card and mortgage balances. Wow. The increase stems from a combo of consumer demand and higher prices. Okay? I'm not feeling this, man. I already said we might have had our, Santa Claus rally. I mean, there's your mid-October, November. Here, let me wrap up with the other stuff. Bullard, we briefed this on Monday in Solo Amazon. I told you that the Fed lieutenant, a lot of Fed lieutenants talking this week. This morning, so yesterday, it was yesterday. A couple of them were hawkish or dovish. I'm losing track because it was like a Fed machine gun. All the lieutenants running around in the bar at the Officers Club saying, "I believe this, I believe this," and the market was flopping around on it. Fed's Bullard says rate hikes have limited effects on inflation so far. The policy rate is not yet in a zone that may be considered sufficiently restrictive. Translation, we got a ways to go. We're not even close. Hold on, Bullard. Didn't you see the inflation data last week? It's cooling. 7.9% is cooling. Yeah, it was at 8.1. Other than that, Mrs. Kennedy, how was the parade? Really? But we also talked about what Goldman Sachs is saying. Goldman Sachs is saying what? They're going to raise the 2%. Oh, these people give me free content for my podcasts. The Great Redefinition Part 2. The Fed's target rate, since I was a little boy, I believe, is 2% inflation. Well, be present, Wiz. Now it's 8%, which means we're underneath it. Okay. You can't make this stuff. Well, you can make this stuff up, and then it becomes true. I started feeling this a little while ago. I'm like, I don't know if we said it or I talked about it or I just thought it, never said it on a webinar. I'm like, they're probably going to get around to raising the net, right? Well, we'll stand on our head. This would be lowering the net. The new Fed's fund rates target is 4%. So we're only going to raise another 50 and then we're fine. For the past year and a half, folks, we've seen Democrats, we've seen the media say what? Remember some of the idiot CNBC articles or liberals? Inflation's good for people because they get paid more. I got a 3% raise. Inflation's at 9.3%. You got a raise. Stupid people. You're right. Same people that buy Dogecoin. We talked about this late. This was Friday, I think. I told you, or you were in Bart's. I think I posted this in the Max Afterburner and the Hunter. Said, "Hey man, when you see something, I mean, this ain't rocket surgery. Rip your face off, implosion. Rip your face off, implosion. Rip your face off, implosion. Rip your face off, a little implosion. Here we go. Really? The trend is your friend." So yay that the Republicans now have the House by a seat or two. They will pop the speed brake on the shit show. Not in the Senate, obviously. That's where the power is, folks. The power of the purse, I get it, over in Congress. But look at the Democrats and Chuck Schumer. All these judges, just like Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, I can't stand. I got to take my hat off to the guy that the Supreme Court looks the way it does because of Mitch McConnell. So you can badmouth. I'll badmouth Mitch. He got his revenge on Trump this election. He pulled funding from the crazy candidates. But of course, the crazy candidates and Trump will say that's why they lost. For Republicans, not Democrats, obviously, for Republicans, candidate quality matters. For Democrats, you can elect somebody who can't form a sentence. You can elect that person to the presidency. I personally think it should be Biden Fetterman for 2024. So, Steve, I agree, man. The fact that, no brainer. The fact that they haven't announced, Jim Jordan did. I think Jim Jordan's going to be the head of the Judiciary Committee, right? If that dude, the immediate first, I don't want the border one first. I get it's the current crisis and fentanyl. There's more people dying every day from fentanyl than gun crime, but nobody cares unless it happens to you or somebody you love. But I'm telling you, they should go in chronological order. How about we go Judiciary Committee or the farm, whatever committee does the border impeachment, or, find Mayorkas in contempt, impeach him, whatever. The next one needs to be that House Armed Services Committee, the Afghanistan Surrender Committee. Why isn't that happening? Why aren't we going to hold anybody accountable? I'm sick of it. I can't stand McCarthy. They will not learn, folks. They will play tackle football. They'll throw a couple random hearings instead of doing what the Democrats do. But that's what makes us better than them. That's what makes you keep losing. Put your chin strap tight, put your mouth guard in, and get the fuck in the ring. They won't do it because they're scared. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go. So we have long-term bullish positions on with ConocoPhillips. I can't believe it, but I did it. We legged into, or added a long-term bullish FXI. You got to do it, folks. Did you see Xi Jinping unload on the Canadian, what's his name? That was fantastic. Xi Jinping unloaded on the Cuck of the North. That was beautiful. That was really cool. Watch that video. So we got COP working. And of course it's timed out. I'm back to liking COP. I mean, if I didn't like COP, I should have ejected. Here's what I'm getting at. The Democrat stunner with the red puddle. I'm like, oh boy. If they had won the House and the Senate, the energy stocks would have exploded. I'm back to, exactly, Fidel Jr. I'm okay. COP's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's fine. It's always fine. Susie's podcast, episode 33. Shameless plug. Her episode is rapidly overtaking mine, which is great. Kind of like her portfolio. But COP is I put it in the primary portfolio. I have it in the wrong portfolio. But COP right now, long-term bullish, like the energy. So we have essentially across a couple portfolios, long-term bullish trades on COP, on Amazon, and FXI. What's FXI doing? Man. All right, nice. Nice bounce off the bottom here, man. This was a 10-year low on the FXI. I think we get a run going, fellas and ladies. I mean, hell. The beginning of this year, it was at 40. You could potentially double your money if FXI just gets back on the horse and goes back to where it used to be. Stocks go down for a reason, Wiz. I get it. They did go down for a reason. COVID-0. People locked up in the Apple plant. How come that doesn't get more play? Did you see a couple of weeks ago the videos that leaked out? I've shown you photos of the dormitories. Oh, those are construction nets. They're not fucking construction nets. They're suicide nets. People throw themselves off the roof, folks. Not a word. They're busy making LeBron James jerseys. It's gross. Anyway, this is, whatever. This is a Gordon Gekko trade. I feel shitty doing it, but if you want a friend, get a dog. Get long-term bullish on FXI. So we got a couple, 33, Joe. 33 is Susie's. I strongly recommend, if you know any females who are interested in doing the medicine, point them in this direction. It's fine. It's always fine. We own that domain name now. There's the link to Susie's, Joe. It's really good. I'm very proud of my beautiful bride. She's halfway through her Being True to You training. So she's going to be certified to be a psychedelic counselor, integration coach, all those type of things. Very, very cool. Very good stuff going on. Yeah, Krista, I know Herb's got his qualification. This is great. So a lot of A lot of good stuff going on. All right, speaking of a lot of good stuff going on, let's get into it. You know what? So this pissed me off. Let me get this out of the way. A judge accepts the Biden administration's dubious argument for banning gun possession by marijuana users. Even people who use cannabis for medical purposes risk severe penalties for daring to exercise their First Amendment rights. Absolutely unconstitutional. I could not stand this lady, Nikki Fried. She's the agricultural commissioner here in Florida. I absolutely support this woman on this. God bless her for standing up at a press conference. She's like, here's my medical marijuana card. Here's my concealed carry card. F you, federal government. Medical marijuana. How come drunks and alcoholics can get a concealed carry card, but people who use medical marijuana can't? It's a medicine in the state of Florida, federal government. Thought we fought a war about some of this stuff. Oh, and by the way, federal government and Joe Biden administration, if you're really going to, I love this. Look at this headline. Biden administration, gun possession. Let's delete the word administration and put in the word Hunter in front of Biden. Hunter Biden, gun possession, heroin addict. I think it's a 5-year prison sentence for lying on your federal firearms application. Are you currently a heroin addict or massive drug user? Nope. Federal crime. Like when you use the word federal and crime in the same sentence, you should shake a little bit. That's FBI agents kicking open your door. No, it isn't, Wiz. No, it isn't. Matter of fact, the Secret Service went to Hunter Biden's girlfriend and seized that revolver or whatever. You know all that shit? She threw it in the dumpster. The federal officers know about this violation of federal law, and they're doing nothing. But this lady, what a disgusting human being, Joe Biden. So a month ago, I just signed a pen that says anybody with any marijuana convictions, not violent offenses, you're pardoned. And then this. Joe Biden, who recently issued a mass pardon for low-level offenders, says cannabis consumption should not be treated as a crime. His administration, however, defends the federal ban on possession by marijuana users. Are you ready for this, folks? Arguing that the Second Amendment rights are limited to law-abiding citizens. Wow. Okay. Last week, a federal judge agreed. A medical marijuana patient in Florida said, hey, man, the reason underlying that decision shows that the constitutional right to armed self-defense, which is SCOTUS has repeatedly upheld, is still subject to legislators' arbitrary whims and irrational prejudices. Let me give you this. I'm not going to drop anchor on this. I forgot I had this up here. I haven't talked about it in a while. Read this. It's just an interesting article. So this will go to SCOTUS, right? I mean, the plaintiff said the ban on gun possession by cannabis consumers violates the Second Amendment. How many? Somebody, you don't even have to answer because it's almost zero. I've never seen it. Man or woman high shoots a bunch of people. Gets into a bar fight. Shot his girlfriend or boyfriend. Almost never. Drunk man. Intoxicated man. Florida man. Shoots. It's the alcohol, folks. You and I have laughed about this. The definition of a Schedule I drug is what? No therapeutic use, high rate of addiction. You know what's a high rate of addiction and no therapeutic use? A fucking cigarette. Cigarette will kill you, and it's addictive. Even though all those CEOs committed perjury in front of Congress, Senator, I believe nicotine is not addictive. You're a fucking liar, and it was proven to be a lie, and you're not in jail. Anyway, let's go. Colorado, my boy Jack is applying to CU Boulder. Susie's uncle is the chancellor of CU Boulder, DeStefano. So if he doesn't get in there, we're a bunch of idiots. Wants to go Navy. It's a great school, and it's an excuse for me to finally get a place in Colorado. Mindfulness worked as well for anxiety as drugs in this study. Let me share this with you. Awesome, Doug. Ladies and gentlemen, that almost looks like me. I love my mindfulness. 5 years ago, me couldn't sit still for more than 30 seconds without my mind racing. Today, I am much better about it. My mindfulness, I showed you the article from what's his name, the guy that runs Blackstone or BlackRock. Who the hell was it? Whatever his name is. Says that mindfulness is why he is a great investor and trader. I'd prefer it if he said a great human being. There it is, Ray Dalio. Billionaire Ray Dalio credits his success to 40 minutes of meditation per day. I do 20 in the morning. I do 20 in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. 20 when I wake up, 20 before the close. And I feel fantastic. Please read that. So that was pretty cool to see the mindfulness article. But Colorado, second state. We're in accelerated retirement. Why am I talking about this? Because this is where we're going. They even legalized iboga. So it was iboga, psilocybin, mescaline, but not from peyote, and ayahuasca. It calls for licensed healing centers. My brother Sledge and I were on a call like, all right, man, let's put it on the whiteboard. The No Fallen Heroes Aspen Institute. Let's do it. If you're going to heal in someplace beautiful. So I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Let's do it. It doesn't have to be Aspen. I'm kidding. It's Colorado is beautiful. We can do it out in the middle of nowhere, man. Let's go find our own Yosemite Park in the middle of Colorado. So this was cool. Nice job, Colorado. I think I shared this with you or I sent it out with a sit rep. This is a really good read, folks. Jim Harris was paralyzed. Then he ate magic mushrooms. Now, I have got to brief you on this because it's probably one of the worst articles I've seen in a long time. So, how long ago? 3 months ago, Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback because of ayahuasca. What did I tell you? I'm like, no. And if you listen to the Aaron Rodgers interview, he said, I am a better human being because of ayahuasca, not a better football player. And everybody's like, oh, whatever. You're an awesome football player because of ayahuasca. He's like, you can say what you want. I'm a better man. Today, ayahuasca has destroyed Aaron Rodgers. You can't make this shit up, folks. So Tom Brady, they were talking last week about benching both of them, or 2 weeks ago. Now it's just, did ayahuasca destroy Brady? No, it was divorce. How about like traders? You guys have seen it. Thank God it hasn't been bad in a long time. But I when was it? Like 2 years ago, I had like a 3-week losing streak. I'm like, let go of the controls, Wiz. Go get centered. And I did. You go through streaks, man. You have got to read this article. You have got to read this article, folks, because look at this. Ayahuasca causes mental health problems that last months. In the majority of users, a landmark study shows. What time is it? I don't have time to dig into all of this. This is one of the worst articles I've ever read. 1 in 5 said they suffered disturbing thoughts or nightmares, hallucinations, or felt disconnected. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 5 in 10 said the mental health issues stuck with them for weeks or months. They found 70% experienced at least one adverse effect shortly after consuming the drink: vomiting or nausea, headache, or abdominal pain, which are all part of the purge process. Folks, did you not do your research? Ayahuasca, I've seen ayahuasca flight schedules for a couple places that we might send people to. They build into the flight schedule the purge time. And oh, by the way, they brief you that both ends might purge. Did you not know? Of course. This is the dumbest article I've ever read in my life. Many experienced users of ayahuasca will see these side effects as part of the healing experience. Yes. But researchers are convinced that many will not. Ladies and gentlemen, how many fucking times have I told people the integration is where the rubber meets the road? If you go do an ayahuasca ceremony in Peru and come home and go, okay, lay it on me, healing, you're going to fail miserably. This medicine is going to literally crack your chest open and shine a light on shit, on good, but also shit. And if you don't know what you're doing or integrating with a professional or doing this the right way, it's probably going to suck. You ready? Many are turning to ayahuasca due to disenchantment with conventional Western medicines. You think? However, the disruptive power of these traditional medicines should not be underestimated. While these are usually transitory and is seen as part of the beneficial growth process, risks are greater for vulnerable individuals or when used in unsupportive contexts. So the headline gets it, right? It's awful. But buried throughout this article is little snippets of, yeah, but this is actually what it's supposed to be doing. But it could make you puke, or months later you could be having issues. Fucking duh. I can't stand this article. This article makes me furious, but I like it because I'm here to shoot it down. I've never done ayahuasca. You know the medicines I've done, but they are all in the same family. The drink has been blamed for the struggles of Aaron Rodgers recently. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Miley Cyrus said she loved it and that it left her seeing snakes immediately. Listen to Susie's podcast. Google this. On ayahuasca or psilocybin, there are many images of snakes. So tell me, why? Did all these people go in like, the uniformity of seeing some things on the medicine blows me away. Susie saw snakes. A snake is a symbol of what? What do snakes do? And if they don't, they die. I do it every day on the yoga mat. You have to shed your skin. So this article makes it seem like, oh, I saw snakes, and get the meaning, man. I'm just, this was my morning coffee this morning, and I was jumping out of my skin, folks. This is a horror report. For at least a century, it's been thousands and thousands of years, not a century. But ladies and gentlemen, but research into psychedelics for therapeutic uses is booming. Drugs that have long been stigmatized, blah, 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 blah. So folks, you got to read this. Please read this if you are long-term bullish on the psychedelic space. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this whole article is good. You just slammed it, Wiz. No, it's good because it's what? It's a red team. But I kind of already red team this stuff, folks. If you listen to my podcast, shameless plug, I say, hey, man, this ain't easy. This is not magic. This is not for everybody. You can heal by sitting on the beach, climbing to the top of a mountain in Peru with flowing robes, mindfulness. You can heal by hitting your head on the door. There are infinite numbers of ways to heal trauma. This is radical healing. I, Slider, Sledge, others are radical dudes and ladies. Maybe this is our modality. But this whole, I told you guys, I'm slamming this psychedelic tourism. I shared this. This is, if you're new or whatever, let me give you this one, man. This one really, I mean, you know, when Rolling Stone's doing an article about it, you got to go, okay. Jews, Christians, and Muslims are reclaiming ancient psychedelic practices, and that could help with legalization. Actually, that one's not that bad. The one I was looking for is the LA one, right? Hang on, I got to bring this up, folks, because this, if you're long-term bullish on this shit, you gotta, right there. Shrooms, shamans, kosher LSD. Why Los Angeles is suddenly tripping out. Housewives in the hills are doing it. Hipsters are doing it. LA has become ground zero for the hallucinogenic boom. So, folks, again, I will remind you that the, when I was down at the Benzinga Psychedelic Capital Conference, where I got to show our trailer for No Fallen Heroes, I almost got ambushed, right? I'm sitting there taking notes, and yeah, this guy's talking about psilocybin, and you don't have to wait 6 hours, and it's like boom, and you're out, and you get on with your day. And Nicole was like, no. I'm like, what, man? She's like, what is this, McDonald's? Is this Starbucks? Throw in your yoga pants, come here for an hour, and you're healed. The seriousness of this, do not lose this. So please read this Daily Mail article if you are long-term bullish on the psychedelic sector, because here is the threat. We always got to brief the threats to any mission. And I appreciate all of this because, oh, look at this. Look at this little gem. Ayahuasca risks were highest for those taking it in an unsupervised context. This is why the headline and the clickbait make me furious. Exactly, Christina. I can't even. Wow. Robert Griffin. In order for the Green Bay Packers to dig themselves out of this hole, they need the best version of Aaron Rodgers. And right now, that ayahuasca seems like it has him in a completely different world. I was just about to unload and give Robert Griffin a rant and find him on social media. Forgive them, God, because they know not what they do. How dare you? Teammates also appeared to mock the habit in September this year when they pretended to take the drug while celebrating a touchdown win over the Chicago Bears. Wow. So, they bury all this stuff. I can't. Vomiting is a known side effect of taking ayahuasca and is even sought after for its perceived cleansing or purging benefit. Shameless plug for Bart. Bart talks about his purging. I was next to Bart, so was Sledge. Folks, it is healing. When Marcus, when JT, when the guys that I went with, and again, I laid there on my back, man, I didn't move for 15 hours. And I remember asking God, I'm like, are you going to surprise me with this? I mean, this has been awesome, dude, but are you going to punch me in the face at the end? No. Both times I've done the medicine, never felt it's your journey is your journey. But to hear the way Marcus or JT or Bart explained it. I mean, Marcus was like, dude, I saw evil, I saw shame, I saw regret, and it was gone. I'm like, dude, you sounded like you were getting cut in half by a saw. I mean, what did it feel like to get sick? And he's like, I got sick. I'm like, oh my God, dude, are you shitting me? He's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay. So, wow, I went way too long. I want to get, but we got to brief this stuff, folks. I stress this to people because every once in a while somebody will hit me with a like, this isn't for everybody. I'm like, I fucking say that all the time. But to have a hit piece like that that just says, hey, man, this is awful. It's buried in that article are streams of it's not awful. This is actually what it's supposed to do. When I look at the indigenous people who do this religiously, or it's a part of their culture, they ain't us, man. They ain't wrapped around their cell phones. They ain't wrapped around instant gratification. It's a different, this experience is literally taking a caveman and going to Times Square and then bringing the caveman back. You're just kind of like, if you do not integrate properly, you will have challenges. I guarantee you. I was in a social media dialogue with a guy like, I saw hell and demons and it unlocked the gates of hell. I'm like, dude, who are you talking to? Who are you integrating with? Harumph. I'm like, oh. Not for the faint of heart, ladies. Exactly, Steve. That article probably is sponsored by Big Pharma. And then in the Daily Mail, a year from now, it's going to be like, Pfizer announces a psychedelic branch. I don't trade options on stocks under $10. Compass is rated $10. I would buy 1,000 shares of Compass if you could, and sell an upside call against it. This is an interesting trade. Do you want to make $1,000 this week guaranteed? Well, that's a wide bid-ask spread. $500, sorry. You could buy 1,000, buy 100 shares of Compass, folks. I don't have time. I went way long. I'm going to give you the quick brief. It's the internet 1999. Compass is either going to be at 0 or 100. This is a binary trade in the psychedelic space. But like Mr. Wonderful said, and Cody, I shared with you Cody's article from months ago. He's like, this is the year of consolidation. 2021, Wild West. Everybody was exploding in the psychedelic space. This year will be consolidation. 2023, when, not if, when MDMA is descheduled and used for therapeutic use, these names will explode. That's my commit criteria, period. But throw a couple hundred shares in the Compass, Atai, or MindMed and let it ride. But look at this. If you bought 1,000 shares of Compass right now at $10.03, do they have weeklies? Or I think it's just monthlies. Yeah, you could sell 10 of Friday's 10 calls. They're in the money by 3 cents right now, but it's a guaranteed $300 of profit. Maybe the stock gets called away. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, I like this trade right now. This is kind of like a little wheel, or you could do the exact opposite. Sell, look at this. Sell 10 of Friday's 10 puts. What would be your, this is better. Forget what I just talked about. This is what you do. 77? What's it got to be in 5-cent increments? Oh, come on. This is bullshit. So check this out, folks. If you sold 10 or 5 or 1, oh, these are D's. Thanks, Frank. There we go. There's the monthly. Sell 10. Oh, this is fine. Sell 10 of Friday's, and it still has to be in nickels, right? Yep. if you sell 10 of Friday's 10 puts, right, you're on the hook for taking delivery of 1,000 shares of Compass. If you do 5, it's 500 shares. If you do 1, it's 100 shares. Do this. I'm going to, for the AR portfolio, this will be I'm sticking Psychedelic. We got longer term in the primary with COP, FXI, and what's the other one? Oh, Amazon, solo Amazon. But anyway, sell 10 of Friday's 10 puts. What's that do? Technically, you should bring in $130, but you can't because they only do nickels. You can bring in $100. You can, and your cost, check this out, your cost basis for doing this is what? $9.90. You're already making money, folks. If by Friday it stays above $10, I don't know why it's down 3% today. Maybe the overall market. I don't know. I don't care. This is the wheel. You know what? I forgot. I wanted to bring the wheel paper in here with me, but I'll post it on the replay page, or I'll bring it next time because somebody in the Max Afterburner group had asked for it, and oh, you know what? Let me do that. I think I can do it now. Hang on a second. Wonder if I can do this. Add material. Hang on a sec, guys. From computer. I think I can do this live. And you guys can tell me. I don't know if in this one it allows you, if it. We'll find out. Give me a second. Let me give you the wheel paper. Trade plans. Wheel strategy. There we go. Upload. Yeah, it just appeared. Do you guys see it? Over in the materials tab. Give me a vertical head nod if you guys can see it, or am I the only one seeing it? All right, I'm doing this one. Is it in there, guys? Can you hear me, or am I gone? Did everybody? It's not in there. All right, I'm sorry. I'll post it on the replay page. I think, yeah, and go to training like it's. I see it right now. It says no. It's over there in materials. It says 1. It shows the wheel strategy, but maybe I think the next time you log in, it'll be there. That's my fault, but don't worry about it. I'll post it on the replay page. All right, Compass 1117. This is the trade for AR for today. Long-term bullish on Compass. Let's do the wheel. We got some synthetic stocks working. We got a couple. I'm deploying a couple ships right now, just in case I'm wrong, man. Just in case, this is kind of the chop, and we're going to start heading up from here. Compass 117 metric. All right. And we are filled. All right. That's good. I love it. Like Compass. I'm glad. I'm thankful for my suffering. Like I said in my video yesterday, I'm thankful for articles like that give us an opportunity to red team, to look at the other sides. I hope that I do a good job of looking at the other side, of telling folks the downfalls, the pitfalls of this stuff. But that article from the Daily Mail ain't going to stop it. I guarantee you. One of the guys in our documentary, Slider, a lot of you all met Slider at the first look. He's stepping into the medicine. He's stepping into some ayahuasca here in the United States. We're working on maybe partnering with some entheogenic churches like Heroic Path to Light in Austin. But Slider's going to step into the medicine. We're going to get a debrief from one of our brothers of the ayahuasca. You all know my brother Dan Carcillo stepped into the medicine. That's where he did it for the first time. Okay. Good overview. What's this, Gary? Yeah, I'll post it on the. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Barry, I see it. It's not there for you guys. I'm going to post it on the. I'll post it on the AR page. Awesome, Gary. I'll take a look at this. Let's speak it into existence, man. Put it on the idea board. The No Fallen Heroes, Colorado. You know what? Jack goes to Colorado. I'm getting a place in Colorado, Susie and I, just so we can be near our boy. And we will. Why wouldn't we do this? I got to be honest with you. I'm not happy with Ron DeSantis and him dragging his feet. He's a Navy guy. Where are you, Ron? Governor Abbott in Texas, the Dell School of Medicine. They're doing gold psilocybin study for Gold Star spouses. That's the shit I want to read. The ayahuasca stuff, I vomited or I shit my pants. Well, the president of the United States did that. And clearly he didn't heal. So, yeah. All right, guys, I got to go. 11:11. Perfect time to stop. That is a sign from source that we are on the right road. So at 11:11, No Fallen Heroes, Aspen Center for Entheogenic Healing. That just sounds fucking awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for your stuff yesterday. Here's the video again. If you're like, I have no idea why Wiz canceled anything and what happened. But I am good today, man. I'm as right as the mail. I'm gonna go get my yoga on right now. Got a podcast later today with a big influencer to get the message out, and going to the Panthers game tonight with my son Matthew. So I'm good, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a good time with Bart tomorrow morning. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say about all this stuff and wave ABCD and all that stuff. I'm starting to learn. I'm watching my boy Bart, and I'm just like he's learning options. You guys help him learn his options, and we'll learn all this stuff. Okay. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on, and namaste. I'll talk to you guys on Monday.